Hi, this is Susan Blue Robot here from susanbluerobot.com. I'm here today with another card making video. This time I'm going to make a card like the pages I used in my A Lotta Rubber Stamps tribute book. I'm not making the whole book, I'm just making the card to show how I got the actual template for the stamp. So we'll get started. I'm using Make the Cut's pop-up card studio and make the cut, and here is one of the pages from the book that I did, and this is the section here that we're going to be working on. Now I used rubber stamps, so I masked out the external bit when I stamped. Of course you could do print and cut, or you can even do any other things in here. Just bear in mind that it's got a fold down the center of this octagon. So we'll get started. We want to bring in a card the width of 7 inches by the height of 5 inches. We go create. So what we've got to do first is we have to be on a plane. We will be halfway between here and here, so that's 2.5 because we've got a height of 5 inches. And now we bring in the polygon and we want a octagon. Now I choose the octagon because it has the straight sides, top and bottom, and it's easier for me to work out. Of course you can pick any other shape, you just have to work out the size and things yourself. Right, with the lock aspect ratio on, I'm going to put a height of 5 inches. Then I'm going to go, I want that in the center and down to the bottom plane. It's on the bottom plane. So what I want to do next is I'm going to do a copy of that. Then with that selected, I'm going to do a fold back, which is down here. Fold back, and we go accept. So here we have the start of our card. Now, still on this plane, we're going to go paste in place, and we want this one to be 4 inches. And I'm going to put the snapping on a 1/2 inch. And having the snapping on a 1/2 inch, it's going to move so I can have it 1/2 inch up from the top, 1/2 inch from the sides. And what I do now is I go to the cropping tool, make sure the delete to clipboard is on. Over here is on. Then I'm going to go from above down to that line, the middle line, and I'm going to crop that. Now I'm going to, with this one selected, I'm going to do a fold back. Oh no, flip to opposite side. Not a fold back, a flip to opposite side. And click on that. So that is now dropped down, if you can see that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is hold my Control Shift, and I'm going to roll back till that back of that one now is lit up yellow. Then I'm going to go paste in place because we've cut that top bit out of off the bottom, and then I go lower down, and it lowers down to that plane. I had to click this twice because the first time it went to here and the second time it went to there. If I went another time, it'd go to the bottom of the plate, the bottom of the cut. So this is what we have so far. Print preview. So we have this is going to fold up, this is going to fold back, and there's the fold line for in the middle. So that's what your card looks like so far. Now we go to the 2-inch plane. So that's 2 inches from the back, because this one was at the 2.5 inches from the back. So we go 2-inch plane, and we bring in another octagon, and this one we want to be 3 inches height with the lock aspect ratio on, and we move that to the center and we drop it down to this plane here. So if it's above this plane, that will be the next one it goes down to. Now with that one, I also want to do an inward shadow of it of -2, maybe -3. I go accept. Now I'm going to take that one, I'm going to cut that, I'm going to take it over to make the cut, and I'm going to do paste in place here, because that is where what determines how big your picture or stamped image or other work is going to be. So go back here. Now with this selected, we go fold back, and we want it to go back to that first layer at half an inch. Accept, and that is how simple and easy your card is. That is now finished, ready for decoration. You can see that this is the first fold back, this is the second, and this is the top view. So we've got these two folded out, and then of course you can add your bits and pieces to the O plane, or what I did is when I was in Make the Cut, I did it that way. So what I'll do is I'll I'll save this, save, and we'll go B card, and then I'll go export it, render to SVG, and same thing, B card, yes, and it'll pop up and showing me, even though I didn't do a print preview, now I can do the print preview and show that yes, I've got the cut lines where they should be and the score lines where they should be. So we'll go now over to Make the Cut. Right, now I bring in that SVG, and we go to each its own. Now I put mine to each its own, then I can work around what I need to do. Now at the moment I will also put it in to the area what will print and cut on my machine, because I don't have the area to print and cut the whole mat size. So what I do now is I change this to white, this one here, which I want on the top layer, move to top, I right click, move to top, and I want that white. Alright, we'll do that pretending that's a picture on there. So I would put this in place, I do my print and cut, which would just be in this area here, or it's creativity, you can print something you know, even outside the area. Even put wording on this bigger outer cut line, because that's going to be popped up. Say you wanted to put a name across here and happy birthday down here and along there. It's entirely up to you. Now, if I was to get, this is an added extra because this would have been a rubber stamped image for me. What I did is a black border in print and cut, and then I mastered that out and used a rubber stamp and stamped on each page. Right. So if I do an inward shadow minus, say minus 4, that's better. Except if you use this one and do and we go, okay, accept that. If you look now, what I have is a lattice work in there. So when it's cut, all these little blue pieces would fall out. Adding to that, no, I didn't want to do that. Adding to that, we will bring in a font, say an S, except turn it 90 degrees. Well, it's a bit too big, but this is just playing around here. And we select both of them and we do a weld. You'll have an S in your lattice work. So it's endless what you can do. You can put flowers in here and things like that. I would love to see what you do with this. In my book, if you have not seen my book, it's at susanbluerobot.com and it's called The Tribute to a Lot of Rubber Stamps. In my book, I put hexagons here. Then when I did the background, I had it so this would cut out as well. Now, talking of backgrounds, let's get rid of this for the moment because we don't need that. Okay, I'm going to go, right, we'll bring in one of these. We want it on its own layer and we want that to be, let's lock this one. We want this one to be 5 inches. Oops, and 5 inches this way. I should have had the lock the ratio locked. Okay, so now if we do a copy of this one, copy, and with this one highlighted, we go paste in place. Now let's lock everything, hide all, and reopen this one here that we're working on. We select this white one and we do a block out. And what we do is we select all of them, we do a join, and what we then can do is chop this in half. you know that it's a straight line when you see the green line at each end of the dotted line, and we've chopped that. Now we do, however, have to go back and get rid of that one. So what I'll do is I'll select these, move them down a bit, and we'll bring in the pencil tool. We'll go, let's change this color so I know what it's doing. And I hold the control key down, connect them, connect them, and on this side. So now we have two sides. If I bring this back up here, that are this fully encased here. Now, because of the folding here and here and here, it's after a lot of trial and error in the earlier stages for me. What we need to do, shut that, is we need to select these two, give an inward shadow of say minus, I've been going on about -2. In my book that I did give a really, I think I did this to make it really stand out. No, hang on, cancel that. Select one at a time, because what it did was it joined these two together. So we'll do it at 4, accept that. Do it at this one, do it at 4, accept that. Now I'm going to throw away this main one, and there we have our these two become the backgrounds for going in the card. And for those who haven't, this, no, I shall bring it over. So this becomes the yellow bit, and what I did is I did some embossing on there and there. So that concludes the actual card making video of this pop-up card. Remember, I would like to see what you do with this. Put it in the forum, give me a message or show me. I'd love to see what comes of this video. This has been Susan Blue Robot at susanbluerobot.com. If you'd like to see lots more videos, help videos plus PCS videos or full videos of card making, you can find them at my blog. If you'd like to purchase Make the Card, Pop-Up Card Studio, if you follow links from my blog, you'll help support my blog. Thanks for visiting. Bye for now.